Welcome to the Ready to Love Season 7 exclusive interviews. This is Couples Couch with
Pat.
And I'm Cam. So reunion specials 1 and 2 have now concluded, and Andre is here and ready to share his experience about Ready to Love. Let's welcome him to the show. Hi, Andre. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Cam. How are you? Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here. Yeah.
We're so excited to have you.
Thank you for having me here on your show. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yes. So we have a lot to unpack. So let's dive into your experience on Ready to Love, okay?
Let's get to it.
Okay, but before we get started, I want to drop a special mention to the fans from the Ready to Love Facebook group as they sent in their questions for you to answer. So these questions,
I love y'all. I love you. I love the Facebook group.
Yes.
I mean, it's all good. I still love y'all.
Oh, good. So these questions are directly from the fans. So let's get into it, okay?
All right, let's go.
All right. So first thing, can you share more about your style? What influences your attire and your hairstyles?
All right. So a lot of people have been asking me, especially the fans, where I'm from. I'm Jamaican originally. My dad is British and my mom is from Jamaica, so it's like a little bit of both.
Okay.
So for me, it's more like a cultural, impact. As far as the style that I wear, my swag, it's none other. You can't duplicate it, never replicate it. It's just different. I can't explain that, but as far as my curl or my twirl, whatever y'all call
it, Superman.
Patrick calls it the Superman curl.
So many different names. I can't even keep up. Well, yeah. I mean, it wasn't really planned. When you grow in your hair, you twirl your hair, you twist it. You know how it is.
Yeah.
You've done that when you twist in your hair and stuff. And I kind of just had it twisted, and I'm like, "Whoa, this actually looks kind of cool." You know what? I'm just gonna roll with it. It was right around the time of the shooting of the production, and my brother kind of egged me on a little bit. He was like, "Yo, Dre, you should do it. You should put a little Jamaican thing in there." And I was like, no, that's doing too much."
And then you went from the twirl to the half up, half down.
Yeah, I wear a man bun myself. When my hair is not braided, I'm in a man bun. But I was confused. I was like the fusion of two different.
Three. Yeah, the half up, half down, a twirl.
There you go. It was 3.
Don't mention the feather. The feather was just an added
impact. Okay. Well, it's good to hear, and it was always a good look for you. You rocked it well. It was your thing for sure.
I hope everybody else thought the same, but I don't think it was like that.
Hey, no matter what you wear, if you do it with confidence and you continuously do it, it becomes a style.
Hey, there you go.
It becomes a wave. There you go.
Yeah. So why were you so upset that Mercedes didn't call you when you were out, when you had COVID? Was there more of a connection than we saw?
Yeah, so I wasn't upset. I was disappointed. I think there's a difference. When you're upset, it comes from a different place. For me, it was more just being disappointed, as any human would be if you're sick. I don't care what the condition is. Nobody knew what the condition is, but I knew it was life-threatening. So even though I handled it pretty well, and everybody's like, "Hey, he didn't have COVID," I really did have COVID. I contracted COVID.
Oh, no.
And I got over it pretty quickly, but I felt like everybody else checked on me. The guys checked on me, the girls who I didn't really have much connection with. And in the beginning, Mercedes and I had a connection, before Mark Anthony came in the picture. He kind of a little bit. It's all good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I guess that explains it.
Yeah.
So did you ever really have a genuine connection with Cynthia? That's the next question here.
I mean, I think that's a redundant question. I think that's a question that's, it's just like, do you really like your mother? I mean, I love my mother.
Of course. That's a yes then.
Absolutely. I really did. They say the people who you care about the most are the ones you give the hardest time. So I thought Cynthia had so much of a potential that I really had to vet her as much as I could. I wasn't intentionally giving her a hard time, or not that I liked her any less. I liked her equally because I didn't know much about her. So I liked both women equally until the person that that fit best for me.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I definitely had a strong connection with Cynthia, as you could see, but for me it was more personal. Just me trying to get to know her more.
Okay. Piggybacking off of that, it seemed like your relationship with Cynthia was very genuine and solid at the beginning. The chemistry was definitely there. It looked like after the meetup with Cynthia's ex, you fell back and was no longer interested in your connection with her. Is there any truth to that?
Um, there is a slight truth to it. It never changed the way I saw her because you like someone, you can't just unlike them. It's not Facebook or Instagram. You just
Right.
unlike.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
for me, it never changed. What my disadvantage was leaving on. People didn't see it because behind the scene and the production, it's a lot that went on, and the viewers didn't see that. But I generally felt like I didn't have enough time to connect with her on the right level because I initially had more interaction with Jeffrey in the beginning. I left the process, and then during that period, she connected with other folks, which kind of gave me a harder time to catch up.
Right.
So that catching up process, in addition to the encounter with the ex-husband,
Yes. Yes.
yeah, it didn't add anything to it. So at that point, I was a little bit, taken back, but I was still very interested in Cynthia. I think Cynthia is an amazing woman,
Yeah.
and I personally never had enough time to explore that more.
Yeah, and I just want to give a quick shout out to Cynthia. Of course, I haven't had an opportunity to interview her yet, but she seems like such a nice lady. She really
All right,
does. From what I can
Cynthia,
tell, great.
Cynthia, if you're watching, I'm gonna tell you, you got to get on. All right,
Yeah,
really
thank you.
recommend.
Okay, so next, as a viewer, it was difficult to understand why you end up choosing Jeffrey over Cynthia. Cynthia seems to have way more to offer, and Jeffrey seems to bring a lot of drama. Tell us
You
what
know,
led to your decision.
everyone is entitled to their opinion, and
Okay.
everyone sees things from a different angle. If you're in my position and you're directly in front of that person, you're dating that person, you're gonna see it from a different eye. It's just like you seeing something close up until you pull back and then you see something else. I personally like to look at the best in people. I only saw the best in Jeffrey. I didn't want to look at all the drama and everything because I missed a little bit. So when I came back, that's when I started seeing all the drama. And Tommy was like, "Yo, Dre, are you sure, man?" And I think he was trying to say something to me, but I was like, no, Tommy, I'm good." Me personally, I think Jeffrey is an amazing woman in her own unique way. Everyone is entitled to see things the way they see it. I've only seen the best in her. Yes, she has flaws, and that's just like everyone else. It's just like saying the person without sitting throw the first rock. So
Mhm.
everyone has their own flaws, and I can only say good things about Jeffrey. I have
Okay.
nothing bad to say about her.
This leads me into another Jeffrey question. So, Jeffrey's delicacy seemed to appeal to you. Did you think that was a facade, or is she really delicate as you thought? The mild manner, the baby bite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. How do you like your steak? Now this is for my man. How
Oh,
do you
okay.
like
Go
your
ahead.
Medium well.
Oh,
Sorry.
medium well? Also, I don't like my steak hard. I like to have a little delicacy in it. And for me, that was my choice. And I felt like Jeffrey had that soft side of her. She is super delicate, but when you're eating the steak, you start to see if it's really delicate or not. And you're gonna get those little imperfections and all that kind of stuff.
okay.
So
Okay.
That's all I got to see. You know, everything has their own imperfections, but you know, I actually liked her. And you can go ahead, man. I want to hear what you guys.
What are you
Yeah,
holding on
I
to
thought
over
I,
here?
no, yo, it's your steak. You eat it.
Hey,
I'm gonna get the chicken. If that's the
there
steak,
you
I'm
go.
gonna get the
Hey,
chicken. I'm gonna get the chicken. She over
I
there with
hope
arsenic like the salt man.
you know, right?
Yeah, I'm a
That's
sweet steak. There you go.
As long as you don't choke on it, right? As long as you don't choke on it.
As long as you don't choke on it.
I'm just playing.
Whatever works well for you, and if that's what you believe, like you said earlier, everybody's entitled to how they see things, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
apparently you saw her very delicate as how she portrayed herself on the show.
Exactly, and you know, I ran with that because it's we only have a certain amount of weeks to figure it out, and my time was shorter than everybody else's time. So I think that was my disadvantage. That time wasn't on my side. So I had to go with what I found out and what I knew and what I felt was right at that moment. And at that moment, I felt that was right for me because as a man wants to feel that
Mm-hmm.
from a woman. You know what I'm talking about. You
Yeah,
can't
but Cynthia got that T-Boz voice. You could have had your own TLC.
I mean,
After the camera stopped rolling, how long did you and Jeffrey date, and when did you realize it wasn't going to work?
well, I had several conversations with Jeffrey during the process off camera, explaining to her that for me, this process, begins after the show.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the real questions come in. That's where the real tests come in. I didn't want to put her, I asked really tough questions. I'm not sure if you've seen, a couple of my questions before, but I asked really difficult questions, and those questions, can come off either way. So I didn't want to put her in that predicament, asking her those questions on camera.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to go through the process with her to experience the natural feelings and the whatever bond we had at that moment, and explore the real process after the show.
Right.
And that's when it started. So after the show, I started asking all the right questions that I needed to ask that I didn't feel comfortable asking on set,
Mm-hmm.
protecting her because I knew the answers weren't going to be in her favor.
Yeah.
So, that's where things went left. When I started to get all the answers that didn't fit in my book, or it didn't work for me, because everyone, it's how it works for you, and it just didn't work for me.
Yeah.
And that's why we probably saw each other maybe another 2 weeks after the show film. We went out on a couple of dates. It was good. We had a lot of great conversations, and nothing changed except when we started getting those answers.
When you started digging deep.
Yeah.
So where is your love life right now? Are you still looking for love?
I mean, I always tell everybody I am love. You know what I'm
Here
saying?
you go. Okay, brother love, Diddy.
So love always find me. Love is always around me. I always have a lot of people who show me love, but then I got my haters out there. I still love y'all haters. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Yeah.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Okay.
Yeah, all the twirl talkers. It's all good. I still love them.
It was the jacket, man. It was the jacket was tight. That's what
Y'all are so funny.
But to answer your question, Cam, I'm sorry, I just kind of joked around a little.
No, I love it.
I am dating at the moment. The dating is a rigorous process. I think I learned a lot from the show and the process. I learned so much, about dating multiple individuals with different personalities, and just, it's just an interesting combination. So right now I've taken the time to, spend some time with me, and also just be a little bit more receptive. I'm not on that speed process like we're on the show, where I'm just, taking it as it comes. Right now I am dating. I'm very happy, thanks to God. Happiness for me starts within, and then I share it with, the person I'm with and everybody else. So
Awesome. I love it. So before you go, for the viewers out there, where can we follow you and what do you have new going on right now?
Okay, you guys can follow me at YouTube TV Network. Of course, that's YouTube, like YouTube. It's YouTube TV Network at YouTube TV Network, and right now, YouTubeTVNetwork.com is my domain name. I actually own that name. I've owned it for years now, and before YouTube came up with YouTube TV, hours. So we have had a little fight with them, wanting to buy our name, which I'm not selling right now, but I'm working on that network and, just working to see what form of content we can get on there. As far as it's more of an online TV network. Okay. Where it's a combination of just channels like yourself. You can put your channels on there and broadcast. And we're working on that one day at a time.
Okay. And it sounds like a collaboration between Couples Couch and YouTube TV Network needs to happen soon, right?
Absolutely. You can have your own channel there. We have a lot of viewers daily. I don't know where they come from, but just the name, we have everyone flooding because it's when you put in YouTubeTVNetwork.com, you get YouTube TV.
Wow.
So it routes back to YouTube.
Uh-huh.
So it's YouTube. And that's why we have this little fight. YouTube is trying to buy me out, which I'm not ready to sell yet.
All right. Hold it down, Andre.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I thank you, Andre, so much for stopping by. We wish you the best of luck in your finding love journey and everything else that you have going on. And to everyone out there, thank you for watching. Please be sure to hit the like button to support our channel. Also, drop a comment in the comment section. Couples Couch and Andre would love to hear from you. We thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.